Well, greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased to have this time to speak with you all again today. And so, as you are listening to this beautiful music and imaging perhaps that you are on the back of a beautiful dragon friend and feeling the love they have for you and their wisdom, and remembering times when you knew that you could only move forward in your development. If you can just go forward in that moment, that beautiful place of knowing that evolvement would lead you ever further into higher light, that it wasn't a burden, that it wasn't strange and difficult, that journey, that it was joyful, that it was something you felt honored to take part in. And you knew you couldn't fail. The word fail didn't occur to you. It wasn't a part of your life. It needn't be now either. It needn't be something that you are feeling has anything to do with you whatsoever. It's just this beautiful place of flowing further and further into higher light and remembering more and more of your co-creative power, your inner mastery, and the power of your own wisdom to understand that everything around you is in many ways a hologram. It's just a representation. Just as a child draws on a sheet of paper full of color and all these huge shapes, and they're kind of crudely drawn, and it doesn't always come across as something easy to follow or understand, and you're just kind of squinting and wanting to work out what is going on, but that child is in complete control of what it is that they want to say. And when they only scrawl in great circles and crisscrosses, they're basically saying, I'm showing you the chaotic nature of the energy on the planet. It could be that they aren't very coordinated yet, and that a lot of easily recognizable representations haven't yet occurred to them in terms of what to draw or paint. Or it could be that they're trying to tell you something. Maybe they're trying to say, I came from a place of pure light and pure joy and divine love, and I will return to it one day. Now, the interesting thing is that as every child comes in, they anchor a bit of that beautiful higher reality into earth life. And yes, you were one of those children, most assuredly, dear ones. That was you coming in, not necessarily as an angel, although perhaps some of you are angels in disguise, but more as a bit of starlight, anchored into the earth so people could remember where they came from to begin with, and so they could remember, well, we're here to grow and to learn. We're here to become brighter. We're here to take on all this bizarre contrast, all of the shadows, all of the seeming sadness and loss, all the things that cause grief and anger, and absolutely people are exasperated or astonished at how hard life is. Yes, you came in for that, but you didn't come in to be defeated by it or defined by it. You came in with the opposite desire, to define the earth by the light that is within you, to define earth life and humanity by the light of the stars, by the light of your own sun and the great central sun, and the center so rarely glimpsed, the center of all being and all existence, that is the light and the joy and the brilliance of divine love. That divine presence you have in your heart space, dear ones. And so you might look around and say, well, if I'm so amazing, if I'm such a creator, why haven't I created a beautiful house and another much better car and a better job or bigger pension or whatever it is? And we would say, you can do all of that, dear ones. You can do all of that. But you came in for something even bigger than that. As nice as it is to create a beautiful home, we would never say that you're getting too dragged down by outer forms of life and you've forgotten who you are. You haven't. When you create something beautiful in your environment, you're remembering who you are, not forgetting. When you find a way to heal yourself, or just even to seek healing, whether for mind, body, or spirit, you are showing how powerful you are, not how alone and weak and all these questions and sort of just wandering and asking for support, and you don't know where it's going to come from. Not at all. You know exactly where it comes from. You met many times as your higher self with many beautiful guides, including those who came into this earth with you, with many beautiful angelics. Some of you, the ascended masters, the great teachers, the great angels and archangels, the light beings who helped to shape this earth, going back in earth time, millions of years, and yet none of that time past matters at all. You could sit down and chat with any of them now, even as they're creating another planet, and you would pitch in. You would lend your light to that effort, and they would be overjoyed to accept it. And it's not like you would contaminate the process because you're this person who came into earth life, and heaven knows, human beings, they're weak and they're helpless and they're a bit of a mess. No one in the higher realms looks at you that way, dear ones. All of them and all of us see your powerful capabilities. We know you're creators. We know your mastery. We know you came in to assist. And yes, to learn a bit more and to heal that which you have suffered in other lives. But it's not like that has to run the show. You're not here to constantly seek out healing as if you were drastically wrong or weak or bad or really carrying so many disabilities you can barely move forward. You're here to love every aspect of your journey. Every bit of it. So now you're wondering, what have the dragons got to do with that? And that's an excellent question. Now we're going to bring them forth and ask them please to speak their beautiful Taygetan Pleiadian light language, which is a form of sound healing. It works with you very, very powerfully. Not meant to be directly translated, but it works with your energies to peel back those layers of forgetfulness to help you remember, oh, right, I am a creator. I am a master of this and that. I am an artist. I am this one who sings and with that beautiful tonal frequency creates whole worlds. If you read the beautiful Chronicles of Narnia, you may remember in one of them, Aslan first creates the world with the tonal frequency, opening his mouth wide and emitting a loud and beautiful tone. And it is so that sound healing creates. It is so that your words create. And you're fully aware of that old adage about how abracadabra is actually a mispronunciation of words that mean my word is my wand. Yes, you are magicians. Yes, you are people who assist in the creation of many fine things. At the moment, you're assisting in the creation of a fifth density earth life. And there's nothing small about that. The next time you feel a bit crushed or knocked about by life, you can stop and look at that situation or that person or that emotion or that dark thought and say, no, I think you've got that wrong. I am a powerful creator, capital C, and I'm here to bring light into every situation that I even breathe near. Even when you think of a place, you send it light. Even when you think of a person, send them light. And you might say, well, okay, that's all right, I guess. But what if I'm angry at that person? You're being honest about the fact that you're still in a human body and you're still struggling to understand some things that have not yet made themselves clear. That's all. It doesn't mean you don't love them in some way that isn't immediately apparent. But they crossed your path asking for love. And believe it or not, that's what your powerful, magnanimous spirit body is exuding every day. It just transmutes anything dense and transmits everything beautiful, everything bright. And it isn't to say you should throw away those parts of yourself that aren't happy or aren't in a place of pure joy. Because right now, anything that you're unhappy about is coming up to be healed, to be transmuted, to be transformed, to find its higher level. It's just something asking to come up out of the surface so it can meet with its full enactment, its full joy, its full expression. It's not really that ugly and that dark, even though as it sits in your heart as a sadness or a resentment or a shock or a trauma, it will feel that way. It's you breaking out of some old shell that in the past, in other earth lives, you hadn't broken through yet. And would you be disappointed to see a baby born, a little bird pecking its way out of a shell, a butterfly pushing its way out of the cocoon, and you're wise not to help it, because as it does so, as you know, it grows stronger. It grows strong enough to fly. That's all you're doing, dear ones. It's a transformation, a transfiguration, yes, a transmutation, but you're becoming something new that in reality you have been many times, just not in this particular environment. So now let's call upon our beautiful dragon friends, and they're going to share some beautiful sound healing with you. And again, don't trouble yourself to figure out, quote, what they're really saying. Some images may come to mind, and if we see images come to mind, we'll share them with you, but just relax and receive. Now we can see what the dragons are doing, and it's very beautiful. Right now there are things for all of you that you would absolutely love to create, but you feel that there are things in the way. Maybe your disbelief, maybe you're entrained to some energetic field that is holding you back. Maybe that's been the case for a number of lifetimes for you. Maybe you feel like, well, that's asking too much. I don't want to appear selfish. Maybe you feel like I don't usually do that kind of thing, etc. On and on and on. And what they're doing is helping you break down the barriers and understand there's no difference, none whatsoever, in creating something lovely and small and creating something really big and astounding. And that big and astounding thing just might be your own healing. It's a matter of how much light you're willing to let in, and how much of your own greater self, your higher self, your divine self, how much of that you're allowing to come into the body and come into the consciousness, to make that smaller aspect, bring it to a realization where, no, you don't run the show here. I'm beginning to remember who I am. And it's not even a battle of wills. It's not even based in personality or ego. It's all based in the fact that you're moving beyond personality and ego. That's one of the reasons you're coming to a place where you're absolutely grasping how powerful you are. That more and more elements and more of the presence of your divine self are moving into your energies every day. And that you're becoming your higher self every day. More and more. Can anything hold that back? At this point, we would say no. Even some part of your subconscious might try to hold that back, because it's saying, well, that's just a bit strange. That's just a little bit dicey. We don't know. Can we trust that? Might be risky. Remember what happened in that life where you were a healer and you were jailed and worse because they didn't want healers. And we would say, go ahead and be powerful. Go ahead and live out your full life, dear ones, your full light. Because right now, all the light is flowing to the earth is highly sentient. Every single sparkle, every single pinpoint of light is coming in. Not only the solar angels, who are so wonderful, not only the light beings and the friendly ETs, as you call them, and not only this overall energetic flow, but every tiny little speck of gold particle coming in is sentient, and each one has a voice. And you are absorbing all of that joy, and you're using it as further fuel to support this transformation that you're currently in. And we congratulate you for not moving away or turning away from how challenging it can be some days. We're just going to flow energies to you straight into the heart space. Lines of light into the heart, and then lines of light flowing out from your heart space, supporting you, keeping you so beautifully aware of who you really are. And the dragons are reminding you, because you did indeed, all of you have a beautiful dragon friend in other lives in the advanced civilization. So as you connect with that beautiful dragon companion and guide and teacher and healer, they are going to also remind you of who they are. Reminding you now of who you are. In your dream state, you travel Earth timelines and you go back to when you used to be in the great civilizations, maybe the high point of Egypt, maybe Lemuria, Atlantis, or maybe you're in inner Earth or back to your home planet, and you're recalling so much that's so beautiful. And yes, you're bringing much of that joy back into your Earth life. Now, you might say, then why am I sad? Why am I angry some days? Because the old ego, again, the old personality and the old ego must release. They must go. And the further you move into divine love and remembering more fully who you are and why you are here, they will fade away, that smaller aspect. They will just get so small they fade away. So there is nothing to stress over, dear ones. You're right on schedule. Everything is wonderful for you. Yes, the earth is in tumult, and yet many of what appears to be tragic is going to be reversed. It's already being sort of stood on its head, you might say. And that is something that you may count on. You're not here to only look at what is happening outwardly and feel isolated as a light being. You're here to join with all the other light beings, as you do every night in the etheric, spreading light all around the planet, remembering the higher realms, remembering your true identity, and then going beyond identity to just blending with that beautiful morphogenic field of pure love, and that flows through you constantly. You cannot lose it. You cannot avoid it. In essence, it is who you are. We celebrate you, dear ones. And we send much love, honored as always to assist on your path. Namaste.